What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH. Lord have mercy. Listen, Jason is way better than I would be in this situation. I'm just saying. That man is loyal to a fault because I'm of a different breed. Like, he's way better than I could ever be to Elizabeth. I'm just saying. Because this heifer accused him of murder like she don't know him from a can of paint. Like, you've known this man for how long? Years? Over 20 years? Over 20 years you've known him? Have you ever known Jason to murder somebody and just stand there? Like, have you ever known him to murder somebody and just stand there and wait for the cops to come? Like, really, Elizabeth? She accused him of that, and he's still sitting there asking her, like, oh, if you need anything, you need some help, don't hesitate to come to me and ask me. You better than me, because I would have told her to kick rocks. I wouldn't have helped her scratch her head. I'm just saying, like, Jason is better than I. But at least Jason is smart enough to read between the lines. Like, when she told him to stop wasting his time looking for Peter and that Peter wasn't going to bother nobody no more, like he wasn't going to be a problem anymore, Jason, he was smart enough to read that. You know what I mean? And catch it. And he knew, he didn't need her to go into detail or anything about what happened to Peter because he pretty much already knew. But I feel like the got you is going to be on Elizabeth because she's so sure Peter is out of the picture for good. Like, I wouldn't be so quick to say that. I really wouldn't be. I wouldn't be so fast to say, yeah, Peter's dead. He's going, nope. If he's anything like Faison, that boy ain't dead. He is not dead. We've seen Faison like go through some shit and thought he was dead. And that man done popped up like the boogeyman so many times. I believe like father, like son in this instance. I don't think she got this all the way figured out like she thinks she does. But like I said, Jason better than me because I wouldn't have said two words to the broad. I have a feeling that the writers are testing the waters with Finn and Elizabeth. I feel like they are. I feel like they're trying to test that because every time I see them together, I keep seeing a little hint of chemistry with them, maybe, or like they're testing it to see how the fans may respond to it, to see if one day Elizabeth and Finn might hook up as a couple or whatever. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it, honestly. I really wouldn't be. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think it, depending, it might be good. So anyway, moving on from that, the whole Curtis Taggart scene, I enjoyed. I enjoyed that scene. And I agree with Curtis. I feel like at this point, Cyrus has been handled. He's gone for now because we all know Cyrus ain't going for good. He gonna pop back up at some point. They don't know. We don't know when. We don't know how, but he gonna pop back up. So I agree with Curtis. For right now, enjoy the victory that you got. You know what I mean? Y'all got a victory. Cyrus is, eliminated for the moment. I'll revel in that. In that, I'll revel in that. A part of me, though, feels like Taggart knows something. He's suspicious of something. Because when he was talking to Curtis, Curtis was like, oh, how Portia and Trina doing? How Portia doing and stuff like that. He was like, why don't you ask Portia yourself? And the way Taggart was looking at him and stuff, I don't know if he sensed something is off with Curtis. But I wouldn't be surprised if he, thinks that maybe Curtis and Portia, because Taggart is intuitive as well. He's not stupid. So maybe he might suspect something. You never know. But I thought it was nice of Taggart to come by, though, and thank, Curtis for stepping in there and getting Portia and protecting everybody and protecting Laura and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty dope of him to do. But you know how Curtis is. He was like, you don't need to thank me. We good. I did what I had to do. I like that. That modesty. I like it. So, of course, Jason popped up at the Savoy Club to talk to Curtis or whatever. And I noticed on social media, some people were making it seem like he was trying to offer Curtis protection, as in like racketeering protection and stuff. And I didn't get that vibe from Jason. Jason was, showing gratitude as well for everything that Curtis has done with helping take down Cyrus and stuff. He just simply offered Curtis some protection. He was like, if anybody mess with you or whatever, he basically offered him friendship. He was like, we're good, if you ever need any help, anybody ever messing with your club or messing with you, come holler at me. You know what I mean? We're allies. That's the way Jason sees it. And it's kind of shocking to me, and it amazes me how generous Jason is being today. Like, dude is offering Elizabeth help and he's offering Curtis help all in one episode. His generosity knows no bounds. I was impressed. I said, look at Jason being all philanthropic, so to speak. I could get with a Jason Curtis friendship. I definitely can. But I could see the hesitancy in Curtis's face. I don't think he wants to mix it up with the mafia or whatever. Or he didn't know really what to make of Jason's visit or whatever. But I could definitely see them as, pretty decent friends. Honestly, I can. So anyway, moving on from that. That whole scene between Portia and Jordan, I liked it, even though it was awkward as all get out, because they're basically bonding and trying to be friends or whatever. They want to be each other's friend. I'm like, yeah, I can see them as friends, but at the same time, I'm like, how is that going to work when we all know Portia has feelings for Curtis and Curtis has feelings for her? So when they do eventually get together, how is that going to work? Because Stella's sitting here texting Jordan phone, asking her about, how's thing going between Jordan and Curtis, because she wants Jordan and Curtis back together. I'm like, see, that's why I don't think a friendship right now between Portia and Jordan is going to work, because Curtis is the elephant in the room. You know what I mean? And that's basically what Portia was alluding to when she was talking to Jordan about, how would Curtis feel about us being friends and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, I can see them as friends, but it's going to be a messy one. It's going to be very messy. But I did agree with Jordan, though. I feel like after everything Portia went through, Portia can't bury herself in work. And I think that was great advice that Jordan gave her, because Jordan was speaking from experience. She was like, shit, I'm an empty nester too. And, she was like, don't get, lost up in your work. Just work. Self-care, and I'm not even just speaking about the show at this moment. I'm speaking to all of y'all. Self-care, men, women, it don't matter. Self-care is very important. Self-care, it doesn't matter what you do. You don't have to go to a spa or nothing like that. You can go just to the park, somewhere peaceful. You know what I mean? You can go stay in your room, stay in your house, and just read a good book all day. You know what I'm saying? That's self-care. You know what I'm saying? You have to take care of this. You got to take care of yourself mentally, physically, everything. Just take care of yourself. You know what I mean? You can't be everybody's Superman or everybody's Superwoman. You can't do it. You know what I mean? Like, don't get buried in work. Don't get buried in family. Take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself mentally and physically, you're no good to nobody else. So I definitely like that conversation that Portia and Jordan had, because it was so real. It felt authentic. You know what I mean? Take care of yourself, because that's important. Damn everybody else. Take care of you. That's the most important part. But I did love the scene, though, when Taggart came up asking if they were talking about him and stuff. That shit was hilarious. That was funny as hell. That really was. I could definitely see Taggart and Jordan eventually getting together. I thought it was crazy, though. I thought it was crazy that Jordan was telling Portia, oh, let's go out, have a drink or whatever. I'm like, hold up. When her and Kurt was together, he kept asking her to come to dinner with him while they were married. She kept refusing, saying, oh, I'm busy with work, I'm busy with this, I'm busy with that. But now you got time to go out with your friend to go have drinks. Come on now, Jordan. And it's going to be a mess, too, because Portia invited Jordan to Trina's graduation party at the Savoy. And I thought it was nice that Curtis is throwing her that party or letting her have the party at the club or whatever. I think that's dope. And he was on the phone with vendors asking about non-alcoholic drinks. I think that's dope. I think the party gonna be fun. I hope we get to see the party, but I think it's gonna be a fun party. And I think it's gonna be a little bit of drama because we all know now that Jordan is going to the party, what's gonna happen with Portia, Curtis, and Jordan when they're all there. It's gonna be awkward. And I also like the part where Portia was talking about Trina and stuff like that, how Trina is excited about school and being in the dorm and all that. Like she's gonna be in the dorms and stuff. But I'm glad that Portia was like, you know, she's going to keep an eye out on Trina because I feel like Trina's definitely, you know, just trying to get back into life a little too fast after all the traumatic things that she's been through. So Portia was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep an eye on her just in case, you know, she has a delayed reaction to everything. Because I feel like Portia and Trina definitely need some type of therapy session or something like that because they both were, you know, went through a traumatic experience, especially with Cyrus holding them at gunpoint and stuff. So, you know, I'm glad Portia decided to monitor Trina and stuff to make sure she not having no breakdown later on or nothing. So anyway, moving on from that. I love the scene with Gregory and Chase. I'm glad that, you know, Finn let Greg tell Chase that Greg is really his dad. I'm happy about that because now we can finally put that to bed and get that wrapped up. You could see the excitement on Chase's face though when he found out that Greg was really his dad. That was pretty dope. That was dope. That was a fire scene right there. You know, even though Greg didn't see him any different, he didn't see him no differently. He was like, you know, you always been my son. You didn't see him as nothing different. And I think that's pretty dope. That's how you got to see it. But Chase is going to have more problems because of this whole Willow nonsense. And I think it's going to hit the fan when that come out. But I'm glad that they went back to having Finn and Chase be brothers and stuff because I think that's the way it should be, honestly. I think it was going to be a disaster having them as father and son, you know. So anyway, moving on from that. Maxie is about to destroy everything at this point. That was a foolish move, going to the mansion to go see the baby. That was dumb. I was like, that was dumb as hell. Like, especially when Valentine came up in there, because Valentine was looking at her like he was having a double take. He was like, why is this chick holding my kid? Like, you know what I mean? Because I agree with BLQ. Like, that could make you look like a lunatic, you know? And it could definitely tip Valentine off, but luckily he didn't think anything of it. But I blame Liz for this, though, because Liz and Finn could have told Maxie what the hell was going on. Because now they're looking over their shoulder every 5 minutes thinking that Peter's still around. Or maybe he could be having her followed and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn. Had Finn and Elizabeth told Maxie, I can understand why they didn't, because them covering this up is now a crime. And it would make Maxie an accessory to the crime. So I can understand why they don't say nothing, but still, she's thinking that, okay, I got to keep the baby, you know, pretend like the baby's not mine and that it's Valentine's and BLQ's because she think Peter's still out there somewhere. You know what I mean? And BLQ was like, listen, I got another plan. She said, I'm going to figure something else out. And initially she was like, she said, if you can't stay away, she was like, I'm just going to have to tell Valentine the truth. And he just going to have to go along with the lie too. I'm like, BLQ, I wouldn't do all that. Because Valentine might go along with the lie, but that man is ruthless. And he's bonding and being attached to a child that's not his. So I would chill out with that. And of course, you know, Anna popped up or whatever to tell Valentine about the latest development because Jordan told Anna that they found Chloe, the nurse that Peter hired or whatever. They found her body and whatnot. And the case is no longer, I guess, being handled by the PCPD because the PCPD apparently doesn't have the resources to, track down any accomplices and all that foolishness. So I'm like, if the PCPD is no longer working on it, because apparently the feds are now working on it, where does that leave Dante in all this? So Dante's not going to be working the case no more? It's kind of ridiculous how they're talking about they don't have the resources to follow up. I'm like, any local law enforcement can follow up. Dante has the phone number to the burner phone and everything else, so he can trace that number. You know what I mean? I was like, Jordan, this is why you need to resign as police commissioner. I'm just saying. So Anna is going to the cabin or whatever, to the house in the woods or whatever, to search for more clues that the cops may have missed, and Valentine is going to go with her. I'm like, this is about to get messy. It's already messy, but it's getting more messy. Like, Maxie needs to do something because Valentine and Anna are on the trail and ain't no telling what they could find. Like, they really need to get this together and get it together quickly. Everything is falling apart for them right now. Like, this whole plan of theirs is falling apart at the seams, and they really need to, fix it, because you got Dante apparently working on this. You got the feds working on this. You got Sam looking into it, and now you got Anna and Valentine looking into it. I'm like, it's a matter of time before they connect the dots. You know what I mean? And they figure out that something in the milk ain't clean. Like, and it's not going to take long for them to figure this out. So Maxie better do something. At this point, I would have just came clean about it. So anyway, moving on from that. That whole scene between Ava and Nicholas was just intense. That was more or less as a gem. Like, her and Mark, they definitely shined. Definitely shined. And I was sad to see that, but I understood why Ava did what she did. She sent Avery off to live with Carly for a while to protect her, even though she hated doing that because she was like, damn, I got to send my own kid off to the mafia because I can't protect her. You know what I mean? And that hurt her. And now she's pushing Nicholas away because she's protecting him. It's not that she wants a divorce, but she got to protect him because she believes that Ryan is the one doing this. And she knows that Ryan is a psychopath. And she know how he is. He gets jealous and he's crazy. So she's trying to protect Nicholas from getting hurt by him. So that's why she's pushing Nicholas away. And she basically told Nicholas, like, if you don't leave and leave me alone and let me deal with this by myself, you're going to make an enemy out of me. And she was like, her love for him, she'll forget about it and she'll go after him, in order to get him away, because she's trying hard to protect everybody she loves. Nicholas and Avery are literally the only things she has left in this world. She's not about to let what happened to Kiki happen to her next daughter, her other daughter. She's not about to let that go down. I mean, it's a possibility Ryan is doing this, but it's a possibility somebody else could be doing it too. We don't know. But I hate seeing Ava like this, like all vulnerable and stuff. But I feel like also Ava might have a plan. Her pushing Nicholas away could be her plan, also not only protecting him, but drawing the stalker out. Because that's what she's going to try to do. She's going to try to draw out whoever doing this so she could get the drop on that person. I just hope that they don't try to break Nicholas and Ava permanently, because I actually like them as a couple. I think they're a really dope couple. So I hope the writers are not going in that direction. But anyway, I believe that's everything in this episode, I think. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode, and I'll see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.